Right, now what we're going to be focusing on is in my common style sheet. I now want to figure out what is this information that I need to load. So I want to restore all of these from my storage. And you would remember we've written it to this dictionary. So once we've saved it to the dictionary, now it's time to get it out of the dictionary and update these values because it's an existing user. So how I go about is I add, I go onto the add here. So I now exist. What I want to load, I add from my dictionary, I load, and in this case it's going to be from my storage, local storage, sorry, local storage dot item value, and I go done. So effectively that's what I do. I go to my dictionary, I load that JSON file, and I get all the value, all the items in there, and at the moment I've only got one value in there. So to add that value, to update that score, I'm going to click action, then I'm going to click system, then I'm going to set the value, and I want to set the value of the score, and I'm getting it from the dictionary. So I go dictionary dot get, and then focus, open bracket, single speech bracket. Inside it, I'm going to type the name of it. So in this case, it's that score. Close the speech bracket, close the bracket, and done. So you can see that it's going to load the value from my dictionary, and it's going to grab the variable score and update it with the score that I have saved in here. And that should work. Now, in order for us to test that, I actually need to have something that I can just very quickly add score. So to do that, I'm going to just add a button to my main menu. And by the way, the local storage that we said exists, this whole load storage already exists on my main menu. On my menu, because over here I called it. I said on the start of the layout, call load storage. So all I want to do now is on my main menu, I'm going to create a button, let's say that's going to hold my score, a text field. So I double click a label, I go text, I go with that one, I click it in there, and inside this I'm going to update my score. In this case I'm just going to do LBL because it's a label. LBL score is going to be the name of my label, and I want this to be updated with my score. The second thing that needs to happen is I need a button to just add some score to this. This part would normally happen when you play your game and you are scoring, picking up things, collecting hearts, etc., etc. That score is what I'm manipulating at the moment to be able to get quick score. It's just for testing. After this I'll have my gameplay screen and I'll use the real score to update this information. So let's go and just add that in. So double click BU for a button, and I'm going to just call it BTN score add, and then on here add 100 points to score is just what I want to put on the button. And it's untidy and it's not the way in which you're going to do, but because it's only for testing, this will work. So now when I click on this button, I actually want this score to be updated. Right, so we've got that. So I want to go ahead and make it so that if I click on that button, it will add score to my variable. So to make that happen in the code, when the score button is clicked, I want to simply say system, and I want to add to the score. And in this case, I'm just going to add 100. There is a smarter way of doing this, but for now, let's just use this. And then I'm going to go down. So whenever I click that button, it's going to add 100 to the score. Nothing has been saved to the database. This literally just means that 100 is going to be added physically to the score. When I leave now, nothing is saved. If I come back, the score will be 0 again until I run the save storage function. So if I wanted to do that, we could do that. I also need to quickly figure out how to make sure that the label is updated. So this label is not going to update when that score increases, I need to code that, and I'm going to do that now. Right, let's go ahead and do that. So in my menu, I'm going to put another comment, which is to update the label of the score, and I'm going to say on every click system, I think we've used this before, on or every tick, do something. What must it do? So on every tick I want to set the text. So let's see if we can find set the text. Set the text to be what? And in this case I want the text to be that variable. So in our case it is score, was it? And there's your score. And done. Oops, sorry. And double click and done. So that's what it will do. Every time you've hit that button, it will automatically come and update that score. So let's run it from the front. Here is my login screen. Let's see if that works. So I'm going to go with a brand new user. This user is going to be Adam. And I'm going to log in. It will ask me, do I want to create it? I say yes. Now I'm here. So whenever I now add that, you can see my default score is 0. When I add that, it automatically gives that to Adam. If I quit and I come back as Adam, I should have my score back. And you can see it didn't save that. Why? Because we have not added anything after the save. So I've loaded the values, but because that score is updated, I have not yet written that code to the database, which is what I'm going to do now. Right, so very quickly at this stage, all I want to do is I want to, once I've clicked the button once to add 100 to the score, I want to save it. So to do that, I just go add a function, and in this case, I'm going to call the save function. And it's as simple as that. When I've called that function, it goes here and it actually saves my score. If I want to save anything else, like the lives, the prizes, etc., I will add them into this section. So if we run that now to test again, and we'll go with Adam again. So Adam is an existing user, and I log in. I've got no score. I add that. Every time I press that button, it actually saves it automatically. So quitting and returning as Adam should have saved my score, and there you can see it knows who I am. And we can also add in here welcome Adam if we wanted to, which I'll do in the next video. Right, see you in the next video.